Yo, 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 man. Peace and blessings, peace and blessings, peace and blessings, man. Top of the top, baby. We in Atlanta, coming to you live and direct from the great state of Georgia, ATL. Oh, man. A lot of activity going on in the world today, baby. Hope you waking up feeling good, man. I really do. Protect your soul. A lot going on out here. Do a little bit of talking, man. I tell you, I had to get back in orbit on posting my videos to the YouTube channel, man. And I really, let me say first and foremost, man, I greatly appreciate all the love and support, the views, the likes, whatever, the comments, whether they good or bad, man. We taking it all in. You dig? You know what I'm talking about? Can't do nothing but make you stronger, baby. Cause the train ain't gonna stop, man. Regardless of what they do, what they say, we gonna keep on rolling, man. Like the song say, man, this train gonna keep on rolling. This thing called life gonna keep on growing. You did already, man. So, California, Southern California, specifically is in an uproar right now about CHRISEAN ROC. Man, beautiful, beautiful sister, man, from Baltimore, Maryland. Be more careful, man. Shout out to them people out there in Be-More, man. Even though y'all don't like us in Indianapolis because we took y'all team. Let's go, Colts. Shout out to the Ravens, though, man. You know I like Lamar Jackson all day long. Yeah, man, it's going crazy out there in LA, man, specifically in Compton and Watts, man. They had a lot going on with this gang situation, and I know a little bit about it. You know, I did time out there in California once upon a time ago, and so I'm very familiar, you know, in tune with the politics, how things go, and they're serious. They sensitive and serious, S&S. And if you don't make yourself aware of it, but throw yourself out there into the fire, you subject to get gobbled up. And I think that's kind of sort of what CHRISEAN ROC did. Everybody knows her son's father is Blueface from Schoolyard Crips. It's a set. I met a couple of those guys while I was incarcerated, so I'm familiar with them. But she was in Compton, and she did like some type of get together, and she was praying and whatever out there, man. It was like on some positive vibes. She was in Santana Hood and in Compton. She was up in the park in Santana Block Hood in Compton, and everything for the most part during the day, the kids was out there and everything was cool. Then after that, you know, when that sun dropped, man, them Crips pop out, man. When the sun dropped, them Bloods pop out, man. A lot of times they be out during the day, but in this particular situation, they were out during the day. They came out at night, and she was still on the scene. You dig? Shout out to Richard V. Like Richard V would say, my homeboy Richard V back in that town, On the Scene TV. He'd say, man, she was on the scene in the park in Santana Hood, and she was approached by some young sisters that are, I guess, from Santana Hood or a Crip set from out there in Compton, and they pushed up on her, and the one girl, I guess, was videoing it. I don't know if they was trying to I don't know whether they was trying to go viral, because if they did, it looked kind of fugazi, or it was just organic and it spiraled into what it spiraled into. But long story short, CHRISEAN, I guess, more or less smacked the smacked the camera down, and she got smacked, which is understood in not just gang culture, but any hood. You know, you get to touching a person's property, their natural instincts or reflexes, pop, smack you for touching my shit. I'm not condoning violence. I'm just stating on what I seen, because I looked at the video, man. Shout out to Hood Educated, man, for putting that content out there, man. Because that's why I tapped in Hood Educated, as well as Compton Rick Ross. Compton Rick Rock. Stuff a lot of man, I mean, say that wrong. I said Compton Rick Ross. Compton Rick Rock. the homie from out there in Compton, gave me a little bit more of the insight on what was going on. And so I just wanted to get on here and build about it, you know what I'm saying, get my own perspective on it. I always try to bring positivity to the situation to maybe get some clarity, and as well as give some wisdom to those that may find themselves going this type of situation, or be able to prevent these type of situations from happening. And so they jumped her, but CHRISEAN ROC stood her ground. I watched the video, she was bumping. I mean, she was getting it in. You don't know what you're doing right up on CHRISEAN ROC, boy, you're going to find out about Baltimore, boy, because she got them hands. And she was going. TTG trained to go, you know, without, and I'm not glorifying it. I'm just speaking the fact because I watched the video. It took 2, 3, 4 of them. One wasn't going to be able to handle it. She about that life. And everybody know, man, what it is in Baltimore, man. Baltimore ain't no different than Compton, Watts, west side of Indianapolis, south side of Chicago, south, north side of Houston, you know, them wards in New Orleans, so forth and so on. You feel me? Ain't no different. You coming up out of them battlegrounds, man, you better know how to get down. And most people that come up out of those battlegrounds, man, they know how to get down. You know, they done survived those situations. They done been through that hand-to-hand combat, so it ain't nothing, you know what I'm saying, when somebody press your button. You know what I'm talking about? But we ain't condoning violence. We just stating the reality of, you know, what was going on. And she popped out later on like it was nothing. You know what I mean? Like she wasn't even tripping. You feel me? No scars on her or whatever. And that's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? That God had his, you know, force field around you, protection, you know, coat of armor around you, that, you know, you didn't end up in a bad situation, because probably had not those cameras been out there, pow, could have happened. You know what I mean? That's usually how those type of situations go. You know what I mean? Or, you know how it is, man. Hood politics, you know. But by the grace of God, that didn't happen. We don't want to see that black-on violence like it is, but it is a part of the reality of what's going on in the world, and more specifically, gang culture as a whole. You know what I mean? That comes with the territory. You got, you know. And I guess allegedly she made some comments about the Crips, and they didn't take they didn't like that. They didn't take it kindly. You feel me? And so somebody took it upon themselves to push up on her. And it's crazy now, because it's starting a whole situation out there in Compton, because people are giving their input like I'm doing, but they're taking different angles to it, and it's turned into a whole Watts, Compton, Bloods, Crip, you know, and that's what we don't need, man. You know, at some point, man, we got to be able to wake up, man, and get in tune with this unity, man, because we in a state of emergency, man. We've been in a state of emergency, man. I'm talking about, man, we got to tighten up. It's serious, you know. I say the same thing over in my neighborhood, you know, where I'm from. You know, I grew up on the west side of Indianapolis, you know, born and raised, you know, 46208. And that area had not Crips and Bloods, we had Gangsta Disciples and Vice Lords. So, you know, I'm familiar with that black and gold versus the blue, or red versus blue situation, blue versus red, red versus blue. I understand those politics very well. But we got to get beyond that, man. Just because you represent a particular tribe out here, man, don't mean that you should go around trying to disrespect somebody else, because equality, like it says in the mathematics, man, is operating at all times. Justice is operating at all times. You feel me? You smack me, I got the right to smack you back. That's justice. We gonna bring some equality to this, man. We gonna make it balanced, man. You got off, I gotta get back. I gotta even it out. You know, people call it tit for tat. And what we trying to do is get up out of that type of mindset where we have to do that with our own. We should just be having that type of mentality towards those that are oppressing us. You know what I mean? And that's what I be on, man. You know, Stay true to who you are. You blue, stay true. You red, hey man, fly that thing. You dig? Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. You be who you are, represent who you are. But the whole thing is understand that we all trying to get 360. We all trying to move into the same light, I hope anyway, which is trying to better ourselves. And not only better ourselves, but by bettering ourselves, we can help our families as well as our community. And that's the mission, man. That's what real G's do. You know what I'm talking about? That's what real OGs, real baby G's, YGs, also, you know, all the above, man, affiliated, non-affiliated, man. You should be out here doing the job of trying to change the narrative, you know, because we already up against a whole lot out here, man. We out here up against a whole lot. And if you ain't paying attention, hey, man, train wreck, Mack truck coming through, choo-choo, gonna get ran over. You dig? They making laws every day. They passing laws every day, man, to put you away if you with that bull crap. You know what I'm talking about? So hopefully ones can dissolve that situation. The individuals that carry a little bit of influence out there in California can come through and basically you know, and that's what the homie should do, man. If you a big homie in your neighborhood, man, you shouldn't be out here, man, pouring gasoline on the fire. And that's what a lot of people be out here doing. Even the social media people, man, content creators, they feeding off of this. We get views off this. You see, I'm talking. You feel me? But let's be able to deal with other stuff. We know the reality of the world, man. It's 180 degrees positive, 180 degrees negative. So you can't have one without the other. There's always going to be some negative because you always going to have somebody that was made for death. You've always got a motherfucker out here that was made for destruction. You know what I mean? So the reality of everything being peaches and cream is not a reality. It's always going to be obstacles. It's always going to be haters. It's always going to be ones that's going to be opposing what you got going on. But the thing is, the most important thing is to stay in tune with what you got going on, man. If you in tune to your business, it's gonna grow and they business gonna slow. You feel me? Because you ain't even focused on that, man. You stand on a mission, and that's the business out here. Man, I love you. Man, let your day be a prosperous day, man. Let's move on prosperity. Let's move on trying to enhance our game, as they would say out in the Bay. You dig? Let's enhance our game, which is enhancing our information, know-how. The more that you know, hey man, the further you gonna go. They said if it wasn't no suckers, it'd be no hustle, and a person that's a sucker is a person that don't know what you know. So the more stuff that you get your hands on, the better off your situation is gonna be. But the last component of it is spread it around, baby. Don't be greedy. Don't be greedy. Show love, man. You getting it, you been exposed to it. If he knocking on the door and he asking you to give him some of it, give it to him. Plenty out here for everybody, baby. You dig? Top of the morning, man. It's what is today? I don't even know what today is. Early in the morning. What time is it? I gotta, how we ending this off? Phone that went dead. I don't even know, man. I think it's Wednesday. Yeah, hump day, baby. Or Thursday. It's one of them. I'm lost, man. See what happens when you on the road and you just driving. Yeah, I think it's Wednesday, hump day. But it may be Thursday. I really don't know, honestly. I'm lost. But anyway, whatever day it is, positive energy always creates elevation, man. Keep rising to the top. It's your boy AD, the Black Viking, coming to you live and direct, baby, from A-Town. Peace.